Strong government and household consumption drives the Philippine economy to grow by 6.8% in the first quarter of the year, despite slower agricultural output, higher inflation, and wider trade deficit. This is the 10th consecutive quarter the Philippine economy grew by 6.5% or better. This is slightly higher than the 6.4% growth in the same period a year ago, but this places the country's growth pace outside the government's full-year target of 7% to 8%. Socioeconomic Planning Secretary Ernesto Pernia says inflation was the spoiler, noting GDP growth for the first quarter would have been within target if not for rising inflation. Inflation rose to a 5-year high of 4.5% in April. Pernia says the country's economic growth in the first quarter of 2018 would have approached the middle level of the government's target of 7% to 8% had inflation been lower than 4.5%. Former President Benigno Aquino slams the latest plunder complaint filed by the Volunteers Against Crime and Corruption against him, saying the charge is a ploy of its members to get government posts. This after VACC lawyer Ferdinand Topacio filed before the Office of the Ombudsman plunder, graft, and malversation of public funds complaints against Aquino, his former officials, and several others over the 3.5 billion peso Dengbaksya procurement. The VACC had been filing complaints against Aquino and officials who served this administration, including former Budget Secretary Butch Abad and former Health Secretary Janet Guerin, over the Dengbaksya controversy and other issues. Aquino spokesperson Abigail Valdez says, quote, "Even the severely inebriated can see the pattern. Anyone who files a complaint against the former president is magically given an appointment." In February, the VACC filed separate complaints for graft, malversation of public funds, causing undue injuries, and violations of the procurement law against Aquino, Abad, Guerin, current and former health department officials, as well as executives of pharmaceutical manufacturer Sanofi Pasteur in Zuelig before the Justice Department. The group also filed an election complaint against Aquino before the Commission on Elections for allegedly spending government funds during the election ban in 2016. In February, suspended lawyer Eligio Maliari, aided by the VACC, filed a draft complaint against Aquino, Chief Justice Maria Lourdes Sereno, and Judicial and Bar Council officials over the Chief Justice's appointment in 2012. After filing complaints against President Rodrigo Duterte's critics, including Aquino, VACC founding chairman Dante Jimenez was appointed head of the Presidential Anti-Corruption Commission. Other VACC members were also given government posts, Manny Luna as PACC Commissioner and Jing Paras as Labor Undersecretary. The three also filed a drug case against Senator Laila de Lima, the impeachment complaint against Ombudsman Conchita Carpio Morales, and the complaint against overall Deputy Ombudsman Arthur Carandang. Malaysia's former leader Mahathir Mohamad says he expects to be sworn in as Prime Minister Thursday, quelling concerns around the succession after a stunning win over the scandal-plagued coalition that has ruled for 6 decades. In a huge political upset, Mahathir's opposition alliance ends the hold on power of the Barisan National Coalition, which has governed Malaysia uninterrupted since its birth as an independent country in 1957. It caps a dramatic political comeback for the 92-year-old Mahathir, who ruled the country with an iron fist for 22 years from 1981 to 2003. When he takes over, Mahathir will be the world's oldest leader. He came out of retirement to take on Prime Minister Najib Razak after the leader became embroiled in a massive corruption scandal. But the concerns mounted about the transfer of power Thursday morning, after Mahathir was not inaugurated by the king, as had been widely expected. Mahathir says there had been some delays due to confusion over certain parts of the constitution, but this had now been cleared up. North Korean leader Kim Jong-Un hails the planned meeting with United States President Donald Trump as a historic opportunity. Kim makes the remark during his meeting with U.S. State Secretary Mike Pompeo in Pyongyang. Pompeo is in the north to discuss arrangements for the high-stakes summit, which is expected to happen within weeks. The North Korean leader says the meeting with Trump will help the situation in the Korean peninsula and the building of a good future. It was the first time Kim acknowledged the planned meeting with Trump. Senator Manny Pacquiao invites Floyd Mayweather to play basketball in General Santos City. Pacquiao made the invitation during a phone call with Mayweather Wednesday. Pacquiao says, quote, "We talked on the phone. I just welcomed him. I actually invited him over to play basketball for 4 days in our league here in Jansan." Mayweather has been enjoying his retirement and traveling around Asia the past weeks. He explored El Nido, Palawan on his first day in the Philippines last Tuesday and dropped by a couple of malls in Manila Wednesday night.